See, don't nobody know the whole story, right? So my last video, I said, when you being threatened, how can you be fake? And I'm not talking about no recent shit. I'm talking about how a lot of this shit started from 2017. Me being threatened in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. I got COVID. Okay? This is what I'm speaking of. Me being threatened, my life being threatened, not trusting nobody that I know, that I'm usually around. And that's not that many people that I'm usually around. So I couldn't trust the people I was usually around because I felt threatened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? I used to say, I don't feel threatened, but I see, like I say, I see danger, but I don't feel danger. You know what I'm saying? You can see it, but if you don't feel it, you know what I'm saying? That's just some whole different type of shit. You know? That's just some different type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, like a motherfucker can be showing they threatening me, disrespecting me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know? But my thing is, it's like, okay, whatever. You know, I know what I already think in my head. And I don't respond back because I don't need to. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to get no reaction. You know? I don't need to talk my shit because I don't know these people. I don't need to be talking to strangers like they my friend or something. Or like I already know them. Or like I'm just going to be talking shit to them. I don't need to do all that. You know? So I don't say anything when I see a person that maybe be trying to threaten me, or like I say, see danger. I see everything is danger to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel it. It's just how I see it. Like, you know, you disrespecting me, you putting yourself in danger. You know what I'm saying? But my last video, like I say, 17, 18, 19, 20, I was feeling mad threats. I was getting mad threats and I was feeling threatened. You know what I'm saying? Even in 2021 and 2022, when I was homeless. I'm feeling threatened every day, all day. I'm going through all these emotions. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't too emotional now. You know what I'm saying? Because I done went through every fucking emotion that you can ever fucking think of. Out of all them 5-6 years of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just going through shit. You know, being stalked and spiritual shit happening and people doing this that I know and people saying this that I know. So I got to pay attention to motherfuckers and come around just to make sure they on that tip. And make sure I don't take it out or harm them, because it's too many motherfuckers already. And then I don't want to mess up my future. I don't need no motherfucker like, oh, this nigga acting crazy, or this nigga talking crazy, or they go act dumb. You know what I'm saying? You try to confront somebody, they go act dumb. So that's why I really never confront nobody. I just kept my whatever I know to myself and dealt whatever the fuck was going on. I dealt with that shit. I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit ain't got nothing to do with me, but whatever's going on is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? You know? But I dealt with it. I dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? Kept up with the information I needed to keep up with for me to speak on what's going on, what's happening to me. So that's all, you know? Like I say, I went through every fucking emotion that you could think of. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really be emotional now. You know what I'm saying? You know? But the more motherfuckers they gather, of course, is already ahead of the game. Like, they gonna keep gathering motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? you know, to have their own opinion or to really believe whatever they trying to get motherfuckers to believe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I already said you're gonna need more motherfuckers anywhere it go. But ain't nothing for me to break on. Ain't nothing for me to fold on. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for me to fold on. Unless I just fold on myself. You know? There's no... I don't have nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know? I just know what happened to me. And that's that. You know? I just know certain motherfuckers was moving funny and saying shit and doing shit. And they somewhere else hiding and don't want to get into contact with me because they know I'm going to pull their whole card. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm going to confront them. They know I'm not going to go for their bullshit. So it is a distance. It is a motherfuckers ignoring me for a reason because they know I'm not going to go for their bullshit. You know? They already know. They surprised that I probably know what the fuck they was on. Because you doing shit like you ain't never done before. You know what I'm saying? You doing shit messy. You being messy. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that was my thing, you know. When I said I'm being threatened. 17, 18, 19, 20 caught COVID. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I caught it. Then, you know what I'm saying? Became homeless 2021 and 2022. Walking the streets with my gun on me. Being threatened. Being paranoid, you know what I'm saying, all type of shit. But I'm like, I don't need to use my gun because I got a CCW. Like, what the fuck? At least I was thinking with some sense. I got a CCW. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wait till somebody do something to me for me to use my fucking gun. You know? So I'm being threatened and getting walked up on, all type of crazy shit going on. You know? And it's the same shit here. But it's like, okay, I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't feel it. It don't feel heavy on my shoulders. I don't feel paranoid. I don't feel fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. You know, it is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? I know what I know. I saw what I saw. You know what I'm saying? And it's the fucking truth. So, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen next. But hopefully something good happen next because it's supposed to happen. Something good is supposed to happen on my end. Guaranteed. You know? That's how I'm standing. I'm standing still on my shit because something good supposed to happen. I'm supposed to guarantee. You know? That's just how I feel. That's just my fucking confidence. I don't know what's good or I don't know none of this shit. But that's just my fucking confidence. You know? Like I say, I don't know why this still happening. And none of that shit. I know what I know from the beginning. And a lot of motherfuckers don't know from the beginning. Because I'm not sitting here running my mouth every fucking day about what all happened from the beginning. Or naming folks, you know what I'm saying? Or anything of that shit. I'm not doing none of that. That's not the type of nigga I am. But when the pressure is on, I got something to say. You know what I'm saying? I got something to say. I got a lot to say. I got mad ammo. You know? But ain't nobody doing no. I'm not about to be unless I had a fucking lawyer or something. You know what I'm saying? Or unless I had a crowd, you know, a handful of friends or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just me, myself, and I. So I ain't about to be sitting here being all emotional, talking a bunch of shit. And the motherfucker will be like, he lying, or he talking crazy, or this and this and that, and all that fuck shit. All that shit, I'm way 10 steps ahead of this shit. Of certain motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Not ahead of this shit, but certain motherfuckers. You know, so that's why I just keep quiet. And the motherfucker trying to play off my quietness. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Go ahead, try to play off my quietness. You know, do whatever you think you're trying to do. You know,